Hello everybody, my name is JoJo, JOJOSENERGY, the SHAMANOFFITNESS.com. Guess what? I have been riding my bike a lot, and sometimes you got to take that time out to stretch. So now I'm noticing that a lot of people are riding bikes and they're walking a lot due to, of course, COVID-19. So I want to give you a couple of stretches that you can do outside as well as inside. And the first stretch I want to give you is that it's going to be standing stretches. Now, just remind you that pretend this is a tree if you're outside, of course. If you're indoors, you can grab a chair or somewhere that's, something that's more comfortable for you where it's stable. Okay, so the first stretch is very easy. Just take your right foot back and bring your left foot forward. And you want to feel the stretch in the back of the hamstring area as well as your calves. So pretend you're holding onto a tree, like I said before, or if you're outdoors, or if you're holding onto a chair, that's fine. Try not to put too much pressure on your hands. I want you to stay here. Now, a lot of people go like, how long are you supposed to stretch? Guess what? 15 to 30 seconds. So the 15-second count, you can always count to 15, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And that's how you know that you got a good stretch. Good, now I want you to switch legs here. Take the opposite leg here forward and hold that stretch. Every now and then I'll look at the clock and I give you that 15 seconds so you don't have to worry about me counting for you. But enjoy that stretch. Use the breath as you're working on the back of your hamstring area. Good. Then slowly from there, I want you to take your right leg all the way up. Now, if you can just bend your right leg, that's great. If you can grab onto your ankle, good. And this is going to be the quadricep stretch. Easy, very simple. But you're holding onto the tree or you're holding onto the chair. Stay here for 5. Don't forget, you can count up to 15. 4, good. And 3, and 2, and 1. Okay, let's switch it over. Just grab your opposite leg, your left leg. Hold on to the tree or the chair for support. Good, sit up nice and tall. You just want to hold this. And these are great stretches if you're going to ride your bike, even if you're going to go for a walk or a run. Okay? Good. Stay here. Got about 5 seconds left, everybody. Feel that stretch in the quadriceps. Excellent. Now release. Now let's stretch the hip flexors out. Okay? So you want to first place that right ankle above your left kneecap area. And then you want to slowly, you can hold onto the tree or hold onto the chair and just sit down low. Be very conscious of this area here because this is your hip flexor, but also your balance. This is why you need the chair. Some people can do this without the chair, of course, but I suggest you to hold on to something that's stable. Then you're going to stay here for about another 5 seconds. Feel this in the hip flexor. This is another area that we're really tight in, especially from running, walking, or cycling. Okay, come back up and shake it out. Let's do the other side, everybody. Slowly from there, I want you to place that ankle above your knee. Sit back into the stretch. Go as deep as you can go. Remember, you're holding onto the chair. Or if you're outdoors, use a tree. And then just hold on to the tree for support, everybody. Stay here. Good. You got about 10 seconds left. Feel that in the hip flexors, in the inner thigh area. Nice. One more. Last one. And recover. Good. Now your last stretch will be your calf and of course also your feet. So I like to take my right foot, and if you look down, I'm going to use either the top of the chair, that's a good stretch, or you can use the trunk, the bottom of a tree. Good. If you can have a chair that has that top part, just use the chair leg. And then press up. You want to lift the body up and stretching out your soleus muscle. Perfect. Stay here for 5, and for 4, and for 3, and for 2, and for 1. Good job. Now you want to switch. You can grab onto the top, or if you don't have that, use your leg for the support, the chair, or the tree, the bottom of the tree. Good. And you want to see if you can lift up and then press down. Feel the stretch in the calf muscle, your soleus muscle. Good. Stay here, everybody. Breathing through the nose and out. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Excellent. And then release that. Shake it out. Now you're ready to go for your run, and you're ready to go for a cycling ride or a nice little walk in the park. Now I'm going to give you some more stretches on the floor. So let's take it to the floor. So if you're at home, you're going to need a mat and you're going to need a towel and a pillow, okay? So let's get started. Hey everybody, so let's take it to the floor. So I want to give you a couple of stretches for your hip flexors, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and your soleus muscle. And that's your legs. Because right now we're noticing that a lot of people are riding their bikes, they're walking, they're running. So it's a lot of outdoor activity, but they're not taking that time out to stretch. So these are just some simple stretches, but sometimes people just say, hey, I need somebody to help me, or also they need to follow along so they know that they're going to do it. You have to hold these stretches for at least 15 seconds to 30 seconds. All you need is a towel, and you're going to need a pillow. Now that's if you're at home. If you're outdoors and you don't have none of these things, you can just do these stretches without using any of these equipments, as we call them, or props or tools. Alright, so the first thing I want you to do is, can you touch your toes? Some people can't even touch their toes. They might be here or they might be right here. That's great. If you can't touch your toes, that's what you need the towel for. But then it's a yoga strap. You just grab. Now you grab onto the bottom of your feet. And Nicole here is that a lot of people think that, oh, I got to go forward. No, roll back first so you can get that vertebrae of the back. Tuck your chin. Stay here, breathing through the nose and breathing out. Flexing your toes, everybody. Good. Now slowly from there, look up. Notice I'm walking my hands. I'm walking them and I'm rolling up the towel so I can go deeper. Now, if you're going to drop your head down, do not hold your breath. So I'm going to drop my head down and go further into the stretch. Now, if you had a partner, they can push down onto your lower back and you can go deeper into the stretch. Stay here, and you can always count the 15, 14, like that, and that way you know you're completing your 15-second stretch. Excellent. Come all the way back up, and all you have to do now is take the towel onto your right leg, good, and then fold your left leg. And don't worry if the hip is up high. This is a simple hurdle stretch. Stay here and go further into the stretch for 1, good, and 2. I'm going to count to 5 for you, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now hold on to the towel only with the right hand. Look at my elbow. My elbow is pressing down into the hip flexor. You don't want to push. Just press down gently and stay here. That's going to be your hip area. We're going to go deep into this, but we got to wake it up a little bit. Breathe through the nose and breathing out. Good. Give me one more. And release. Just switch legs. Now you can take the towel to your left. Now make sure it's on your left foot first, and then gently fold out that right leg. Now you notice your hip is up high. That's okay, because you're going to focus on the left side. Come all the way down to the best of your abilities. You can drop your head down, but just remember, your head is below your heart. You have to, breathe. Don't hold your breath. Stay here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out. Give me one more. Now hold on to the towel with your left hand. Notice what I'm doing. I'm just taking that elbow. I'm letting that elbow just take a little bit of gentle. Don't push. And that's going to help you can release and bring some blood in that hip flexor area. So stay here for 5, and for 4, and for 3, and for 2, and for 1. Excellent. And then release that. Good. Let's continue on. Take that towel and place it to the side. Now I want you to go into a butterfly stretch, and I want you to think about this. Bring both of your feet together. You can open up your feet if you like. And good. And notice that your kneecaps are going to be up high. Don't press down. I want you to walk towards me. Drop your head down and stay here. 5, and for 4, and for 3, and for 2, and walk your hands over to the right side. Just a little stretch over here. 1 and 2, looking over your right shoulder if you like. 3 and 4, and walk back over to the left side. Good. So you're going to feel that hip, inner thigh stretch, and in the growing area. So it's very important to stay here for 5, and for 4, tight hips, and for 3, and for 2, and for 1. Excellent. Now come back into center alignment. And then notice that you feel that inner thigh stretch. Slowly bring your legs back in and shake it out. Now I'm going to give you a side view. Now I want you to take this pillow, and I want you to place it down in front. And now all you're going to do is roll over onto your knee. Now, the goal here is to place your right kneecap onto the towel, and onto the pillow. Place your right kneecap onto the pillow, and then I want you to place your left leg forward. Excellent. Now notice what I'm doing. I'm hinging all the way back. Excellent. Some people can rotate back, or some people might say, oh, that might be too much. Walk both hands on the inside, and then really feel that stretch in your hip flexor. Good. Breathe through the nose and breathing out. So the stretch is in this area and also in the top of your quadriceps. You're going to be holding that for 5 breaths. Remember, it's not yoga. It's just a simple stretch. Normally we would go into each asana like here, a side stretch, but you don't have to. You can just stay here and enjoy this stretch. Keep it very simple. Okay, good. Switch. All you have to do now is just place that left kneecap onto the pillow. Good. And then rotate the hip. Notice why I'm here. Some people can go further into it. Keep it simple. You can walk both hands on the inside and really feel that stretch in the inner thigh area. Or you can just kind of like take one hand onto the knee and go deeper into the stretch. 5 and 4. It's the top of the thigh area. Oh, that feels great. 3. Hang in there. 2 and 1. Nice. Come back up to center alignment. Now, look at me. I want you to take that pillow and I want you to make it really comfortable because I want you to sit on it. There you go. Now, I like to place my lower back a little bit on it for support. And now I'm going to just lift up my right leg. Hold on behind my kneecap area. Flex your toe. Good. These are great stretches that you can do, everybody, at home while you're watching TV. Now, look at me. I want to bring my nose to my knee. Don't use a towel here. Use your hands to walk up to your ankle. Good. Your head is up on this one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now drop your head down. Good. Now your head has to be down on this particular one. I'm going to go into a pigeon pose and notice my ankle is above my knee. This is level 1. What is level 2? I want you to hold on behind your hamstrings. What do you think level 3 is? Lift both legs up, bend that knee, and grab onto your shin. Good. Excellent. So we're stretching out our right hip. Now if you notice, I'm getting a little rock back and forth because I want to just really loosen that hip flexor up. Pull your knee a little bit open. Go as far as you can go. Then some people take one hand here and they press all the way down. You don't have to. Just stay here because you're getting a good stretch. For 4 and for 3 and for 2 and for 1. Okay, now release that right leg. And I want you to lift your left leg up. Hold on behind your kneecap. Now notice where you're at. So I'm giving you different levels. Some people are here. Some people can lift their head up and they can walk their hands all the way up, maybe to the ankle. Good. And bring your nose to your knee. Stay here for 5 and for 4 and for 3 and for 2 and for 1. Now drop your head down. Relax the vertebrae of your neck. And now I want you to lift that right leg up. Notice my left ankle is going to go above. Right there, my kneecap. I'm going to bend my leg. Some people have to keep it on the floor because that might be hurting you a little bit. Or if it's not bothering you, you can lift the leg up, everybody, and grab onto the hamstring area. Or if you're like, wait, I feel better, I can grab onto my shin. And there you go. You can stay here. You can rock back and forth. Enjoy this hip stretch. And if you have a little issue, you can always place the foot down. If you're like, I'm not feeling it, placing that left hand onto the kneecap and push it. Notice what I'm doing. I'm pushing. That's a little different and a little bit harder, but you're trying to open up your hips. Good. Give me one more. And release. Now bring your knees into your chest and see if you can flex your toes and open your legs out. Go inside with your hands. Grab onto the outsides of your feet into a happy baby. Keep your buttocks down and just rock side to side. If you can't hold on to your feet, hold on to either your ankles or maybe behind your kneecaps area. And just stay here for 5 and for 4 and for 3, and for 2. Give me one more, and for 1. Nice, and I want you to rock yourself back up. How we doing? Now notice what I'm going to do now. This is going to be the finale. A lot of people have issues with a real pigeon pose in yoga. So here's a way you can get into it. Make sure you have a pillow here. Some people use a yoga block. Take your right foot forward, and I want you to take it across the body. If you can bring that kneecap down onto the pillow, push back your left leg, and then really sit. You might be up this high. Some people can go low, and I suggest you to drop your head down. Good. If you're like, oh, I want to get that hip stretch more, look at my hands. I'm going to walk over. There's my buttocks, and I'm going to push back. See if you can push that right hip down. Drive your head to the earth. Stay here for 5, and for 4, and for 3. Back leg is relaxed. And for 2, and for 1. Excellent. Now come back up, everybody. And that is like a pigeon pose. And it's okay if you're up high, but just remember, you want to make it as comfortable as possible. All right, so watch what I do. I'm going to swing my left leg around, and I'm just going to rock my right leg back. Make it comfy. Make sure your left kneecap is down onto the floor or onto the pillow. Swing your right leg back. Make it as comfortable as possible. And then square your hips off. Good. So when you're doing a stretch, you want to make it as comfortable as possible. A, this might be too much because your hips are up high. This is why you need that pillow. B, I suggest you don't worry about your alignment too much. Worry about the hip. Come down and then walk over to the right side. So see where I'm going? This is where I'm pointing at. That area here, you want to push down. That's why you're walking onto the opposite side to get that left hip stretch. Drop your head down and stay here for 5, and for 4, and for 3, and for 2, and for 1. Beautiful. Now walk back up. Good. Now do yourself a big test. Swing both of your legs forward, everybody. Good. And once you have both of your legs forward, inhale the arms up. Exhale. Could you touch your toes now? You're there. So test yourself out. So see if you're here, and I guarantee you, the more and more you practice these stretches over and over again, the better you're going to be, and you're going to have a better workout with your running, your cycling, or your walking. Thank you so much for visiting me. JOJOSENERGY.com, Shama of Fitness. Have a great day. Namaste.